Hello everyone, welcome to today's program. On December 19, 1996, the fabricated Taijiman case called the Law and Tax 228 incident by scholars and experts began. The Control Yuan investigated prosecutor Hou Guanren's handling of the Taijiman case and found he had committed 8 major violations of the law, and the case was sent to the Ministry of Justice for disciplinary action against Hou. This case was chosen as a major human rights protection case in the General Report and the Work of Human Rights Protection of the Control Yuan from 1999 to 2005. It has been confirmed that serious violations of human rights occurred during the case and investigation process. The false Taijiman case should never have existed in the first place, and it should never have resulted in illegal taxation or auctions. The case has lasted for 25 years. For the past quarter century, a world-renowned ancient spiritual group that practices Qigong and martial arts has been harassed, and the matter has yet to be resolved. Let us now listen to their stories.
In 1988, a Tai Chi Man Academy was established in a shopping center in Kaohsiung. It was a good place for disciples in southern Taiwan to practice Qigong, and a sweet home for them.
When I first stepped into this academy, although the place was small, it was full of joy and laughter.
After joining Taijiman, every day after class, I would wait for my parents to take my brother and me to Taijiman. I would practice Qigong with other members. It was a place where we could relieve our stress.
Shifu always leads by example. After leading us to practice Qigong, Shifu would always talk about life philosophy and tell stories. At that time, the academy was always filled with laughter. Some would practice Qigong, while some would chat with one another. Many people wanted to join Taijiman.
I had cancer and was seriously ill. My health started to improve after I practiced Taijiman Qigong for about 3 months. Taijiman is a big family, and everyone here practices Qigong in peace and harmony. Stormy 1996. On December 19, 1996, the Taiwanese government launched a religious crackdown, and Taijiman was caught in the crossfire. Prosecutor Hou Guanren abused his power and illegally prosecuted Taijiman, causing significant damage to our home.
The 1219 incident was really a big blow to us, and what was reported on TV was not what I saw in Tai Ji Men. Because we're such a good group, our Shifu only teaches us what is good, right, and true.
Prosecutor Hou directed the searches and interrogations of investigators and armed police officers. He also slandered Taijiman by falsely accusing them of raising goblins. Regarding the allegation of raising goblins in the indictment, the Control Yuan solemnly stated that the prosecutor openly talked about the supernatural in the indictment. This was the first time in Taiwanese judicial history that something like this had happened. It was appalling and absurd, and it had seriously harmed the prestige of the justice system.
Prosecutor Hou's action was illegal, robbed the people of their property, and hurt innocent people. It harmed our sweet home and hampered the self-cultivation of many of our brothers and sisters. Every time I think about it, my heart aches.
The prosecutor and police arrested a brother, and he was pale and trembling all over.
Even my family members misunderstood me, and my relatives and friends refused to interact with me.
The indictment and the evidence contradicted each other, according to the Control Yuan's investigation report, and the prosecutors bringing the public prosecution clearly broke the rule of evidence. During the Control Yuan's probe, Prosecutor Hou also stated that he did not actually investigate this matter. This proves that the Taijiman case was fabricated from the beginning. His smear campaign has done a lot of damage to Taijiman Shifu, and dizi. This indictment was both a national and international embarrassment.
It is not due process to accuse a human being in a civilized society of raising goblins. The mere statement of that would cause individuals and should cause individuals to question the sanity of the prosecutor. In any court of law, such an absurd allegation would be thrown out.
I firmly believe that Taijiman is a great place. We must defend it.
The Taijiman case is an unjust case. The fabricated indictment is in violation of evidence law. By law, the case should not have been prosecuted, and the indictment cannot be used as a basis for taxation. However, the criminal court accepted the case, and after thorough investigations and trials spanning 10 years and 3 months, the Supreme Court declared Taijiman not guilty of tax evasion or any other charges on July 13, 2007. It was illegal for the National Taxation Bureau to issue tax bills based on the indictment. When the Supreme Court declared Taijiman not guilty, affirming that it owed no taxes, it reaffirmed that the indictment was completely improper. Therefore, by law, the tax bill issued based on the indictment should have been revoked in accordance with the court decision. However, the NTB ignored the court's decision and continued to issue illegal tax bills to Taijiman.
This case has dragged on for 25 years, spanning several presidencies. Still, no government official came forward to admit their mistakes and accept responsibility.
During the Legislative Yuan's public hearing on June 17, 2010, the Ministry of Finance and the NTB of the Central Area openly agreed to withdraw the enforcement and end the Taijiman unjust tax case within 2 months. But they broke their promise, and the case has yet to be resolved. On August 21, 2020, Taijiman's sacred land in Miaoli was illegally auctioned and confiscated. The Tai Chi Man Academy on Lainan Street, Kaohsiung, was twice seized and banned from being disposed of.
The building was seized for a prolonged period of time. We couldn't maintain or manage it since we didn't have access to it. As a result, all the valuable items were stolen.
Tears welled up in my eyes as I entered the academy, which had been destroyed.
Kenneth Jacobson, professor of law at Temple University in Philadelphia, United States of America, and former advisor to President Bill Clinton, after studying the case for years, pointed out,
I teach my students and I lecture around the world about how important the rule of law is. And there is no and was no application of the rule of law in the Taijiman tax case. I call upon the President of Taiwan, I call upon the leaders of Taiwan to fix the mistakes of the past. As I have said before, to allow errors to continue, to perpetuate mistakes that were made in the past is as bad, if not worse, than committing those mistakes in the first place. This is a travesty. It is a tragedy too. It is unjust. And as someone who respects and has lived his life and career respecting the rule of law, this is offensive, and it should end, and it should end now. Thank you very much.
When Judge Zhao Zilong asked Shifu to present his statement, Shifu stated that he would use his life to defend Taijiman and his disciples.
Shifu was only released during court sessions after being detained for a long time. A journalist asked, Shifu, what do you plan to do in the future? Shifu replied, I will continue to teach my disciples to cultivate their hearts and moral character as long as they do not leave.
Shifu later told us to treat this society and this country with sincerity, diligence, tolerance, and peace. I admire Shifu's immense love and compassion even more.
I'm very grateful for Shifu's and his wife's perseverance, since Shifu is doing the right thing.
Along the way, I heard Shifu's teachings and saw his examples. No matter how many difficulties and challenges Shifu faces, he always leads his disciples to overcome the obstacles one by one. Shifu and his disciples share one goal in mind. We will certainly protect this brightly lit home.
Taijiman has visited every populated continent, promoting the concept of love and peace through cultural exchanges. The fabricated Taijiman case should not have existed from the beginning, let alone the illegal taxation and illegal auctions. The case has dragged on for 25 years. This is a landmark case of human rights in the century, which is relevant to the development of Taiwan's democracy and rule of law. Taijiman Shifu and dizi will always insist on upholding the truth and justice. Taiwan's commitment to transitional justice and human rights protection has been put to the test in this 25-year case of blood and tears. According to scholars and experts, the ratification of the Taijiman case is a litmus test for the government's transitional justice, as well as its implementation of human rights protection and freedom of thought and belief. Thank you for watching.